Hey everybody, welcome back. I got a slightly different review today. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the Auto Wetter by Little Dreamzzz. So, I met the people that made this at Capcom, and I talked with them there, and then I talked with them again last night, including the guy who, envisioned this, basically. I ended up just randomly talking to him, and he started telling me about this. I'm like, okay, I gotta check this out. So I did, and it's a neat thing. So we're gonna take a look at it, see what's up. We're gonna try it out. So I am actually shooting 2 reviews at once, because if I'm going to use the Auto Wetter, might as well do a review, because I'm not going to let it go on my floors. So let's take a look at what's in the package. Alright, so we got some items here. It's a tube. I'm pretty sure I know what that's for. A strap, which I'm pretty sure that is to hold it against your body. I was told that was very important. There's this battery pack thing. Oh, I see. Okay. I see what's going on there. I don't know about this big Kirby. Okay, so you got this bladder to put the water in. Obviously, there's some kind of pump or something in here. Not trying to give away their secrets, but all right. And then there's okay, I see. There's the fob and some other kind of box. There's instructions somewhere. So that's what all comes in the package. And it does come with some pretty detailed instructions. So, we're probably going to have to change the setup a little bit to be able to pull this one off. So we'll be back on that. Okay. So I started shooting this at the coffee table, and wasn't working out very well. So we got all of our stuff here. I have followed the instructions and attached the hose to the bladder. The hose has to stay up above the bladder at all times once you start putting water in it, because physics. Okay, so remove battery pack, set aside, we did that. Unscrewed the cap, we did that. Attached the hose, we did that. Attached and held above the bladder. Physics. While holding the hose above the bladder, fill the bladder to the 1 liter mark. Okay, that's pretty close. Just barely went above. Should be all right. All right, screw cap back on. Okay, screw. Oh no! There we go. Grab the battery pack and attach the connection to the one attached to the bladder. There we go. All right, so got our battery pack here, and our connector. Here's the connector. Here's the connector on the bladder. Just click it on there. Okay. Next, thread the battery pack through the hook below the cap. Oh, okay. Okay, here's what I figured out from what they're saying. It doesn't have to be the whole entire hose up above it, as long as the hose is pointed up. And that way your surface tension will match the bladder itself. So, what I'm going to do, because I'm a nerd and a technician and what this is, the kind of things I have to figure out at work sometimes. Okay, so we're back. We got everything all set up here. I think I found a way to do this that works best for me, for my situation tonight and for filming. I don't know what you're going to want to do. But this is what I think is going to work for me. So, I think this is going to be what works best for what we're doing here. And if you're going out and about in the world with this on, I personally probably wouldn't, because I'm too narrow and I don't have any baggy clothes that are that baggy. Oh, we gotta finish the instructions. We have to turn the battery pack on. A small carabiner on there would be good. Wouldn't be very expensive. Okay, so we got it all set up, and let's get it on for realsy and see what happens. Okay, so got everything set up here. Got the tube going down into the business there. Now they did tell me they actually wearing it on the back was their intention, but kind of hard to do that by myself while I'm trying to film. Not an easy thing to do. So it says each remote has A/B buttons to allow for multiple units. Oh. Turn battery pack to on position. Okay. So, well, they do recommend wearing it under loose-fitting clothing, and you can see why. No matter where you put that, that's going to stick out. But they said they did have less noticeability in the back, so I can see that. And the back is, just as much a part of your core as your front, so you can have body temperature there too. But I think this is what's going to work for me. I'm going to let this warm up before I try it out, so see you back when we do that. Okay, so we are back. I feel like the water's probably warm enough. I don't really notice any temperature difference between the bladder and my skin. Who knows? Then I had to set up the shot to get it still throwing shadows. That's going to be awful. So anyway, got the remote here. I think this was kind of the one bummer about this, was being a single guy. Oh, no surprise, but let's see if it functions. Yeah, it functions. And yeah, I was wrong about the temperature of the water. I was very wrong about the temperature of the water. And it's just going to dump that whole liter at once, because I'm not shutting it off. Oh, that's right, you can shut it off. Forgot. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I wish I would have waited longer to get the water warmer, or used warmer water when setting it up. But yeah, I just full on dumped a liter of water into a diaper. And it was not warm water. But yeah, it works. It does what's advertised. I think it's pretty cool. All right. So like I said, worked as advertised. So in my conversation with Brett and Reed, which will be definitely out shortly, we did discuss this week, or last week, I think last week. Today is the 7th of April. So I'm pretty sure it was last week they launched the version 2. And it is Wi-Fi compatible, and you can hand control off to anybody else through their phone. A lot of really neat ideas went into this. There's a lot of great stuff from that interview. And here's the thing. This channel is always going to stay the way it is. But I have started a Subscribestar. It's subscribestar.adult/IndianaPers1792. I'm going to go ahead and probably post the uncut, just the whole entire interview on there. I haven't even actually set any tiers or prices yet, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, it was a great conversation. I really liked talking with them, and I think you'll see why when you hear that. So that's it for this one. I'm looking forward to seeing what the V2 is like. There's something about random. You can set up a random timer through the app, so it's going to go off when it wants to, which is bonus for me. That's totally cool. So should probably also talk about the price. The price is $120. So this isn't 100% going to be accessible to everybody out there, because I know there's a lot of ABDLs out there that can barely even afford to buy diapers. So dropping $120 on an auto wetter, not everybody's gonna be able to do that. But if you can, and it sounds like fun to you, because it sounds like fun to me, I think it's worth the money. There's so many ideas that I had of ways that this could be played with, like from the very first second Reed started telling me about it. I'm like, there's all kinds of things you can do there, depending on what other, what your adjacent kinks are. Are you into humiliation? Are you into being controlled? Are you into loss of control? Are you into being praised? Are you and just the possibilities for even starting an ABDL scene where somebody wets themselves and needs to be put in a diaper. And guess what? It's just water. It's not going to hurt anything. You don't actually have to pee yourself, unless that's part of it for you. And for some people it is. But, if you want to be able to play with that idea without having to literally wet yourself and potentially get pee on your carpets or floors or whatever, then, using regular water is a great option there. So that's instantly, my brain just went from one end of the spectrum to the other of all the ways that this could be used. So I think it's a great product. If you have the money to drop on it, do it. And it definitely, I wouldn't recommend dumping the whole liter at once unless you were very well padded, because boy, that woo, that dumped a whole lot of water real quick. I mean, it was definitely a steady flow, but it was all of it, and it was fast. So, I mean, you could actually wear this thing for hours and have somebody just, turn it on for 5 seconds and turn it back off, and then turn it back on, and then turn it back off, and then they're dumping over the course of time an entire liter into a diaper. So I mean, that's an all-day game right there. See, now you all are actually getting a little peek into how my brain actually works in this world. So that's it for this one. Till next time, stay padded. So I had a few afterthoughts because I was thinking about having just finished the video, and Reed had asked me to really criticize it and pick it apart and, you know, point out any flaws that I could. One of the flaws was the belt thing. I had already actually in the interview with them said something about that, and, you know, suggested some type of material with elastic, you know, and Velcro, or spandex and Velcro, or something, you know, something like that. They can actually hold it kind of closer to the body. And I think they already had that idea. So that's cool. I think if I were them, then I would include more in the instructions about, you know, they have recommendations. They have some tips, technical tips, but actual recommendations. Like, you're going to be, you know, you're going to be using this thing when you set it up. You're not going to be setting it up to wear it tomorrow. You know, you're going to be using it today. So, you know, it should be set up and put on all in kind of one thing, which I think would probably be maybe obvious, but maybe not. You know, and there are people that are going to have it set up later on, you know, whatever. But yeah, definitely turning the battery pack on before you, like, seal the bag back up and all that jazz. I would recommend that, and I think that would be good for them to include in the instructions. And because the wear instructions are before the operate instructions, which logically does make sense, but, you know, in the setup, you know, of getting ready to wear it, you know, it's much more convenient to, because trying to get that little plastic bag off that hook when you're already wearing it, to actually open it up and turn the thing on and put it back in there and then hang the thing back on there, you know, it's just, you should definitely do that before you bother putting it on. If I were gonna say anything else, if you want to nerd out on something, Reed, you can get some averages on the time it takes to warm up water to body temperature, only using body temperature. You know, because that's going to be a thing, unless you're using warmer water that's, you know, that's you know, heating it up, you're running the risk of getting it too warm. So, you know, that would be some nerdy stuff. I actually tried to research that myself. It's like, whoa, you know, like when you start talking to somebody that knows how to figure that kind of stuff out, they start talking about variables and you know, formulas and stuff, and you're like, okay, I'm not going down that road right now. I got things to do. It's not that I couldn't, I just don't want to. Maybe put something in there that, you know, don't drop the whole liter in there at once. Maybe maybe space that out a little bit. Yeah, I'm trying to think of, like, I mean, I think what they've told me about the version of the V2, all the upgrades they've done to it, which is, you know, like I said, the receiver thing that they changed out. They upgraded all their waterproofing. That was one of the things Reed specifically mentioned. The version 2's got upgraded waterproofing for everything. It's got the Wi-Fi capability in an app, and you can give other people permission to have control over it through the app. I mean, that's a lot. That's a huge jump right there. and versatility and everything. Oh, the random timer thing, everything else. I mean, so, you know, they really do want feedback, especially customer feedback, about these. So, you know, I do stuff on social media as Indiana Brews. So, but, you know, if you buy one, just shoot them an email after you use it and let them know what you think. And, you know, especially if you've got anything, you know, any ways they could change it to improve it. If anything goes bad on you, so they can know if they need to up their quality control game in some way. And that's literally the kind of stuff these guys talk about. It's wild, but they're really putting all of their minds, and all their heart and effort into this, along with the other stuff that they make. So there you go. There it is. Those are my final thoughts on the product. If you have the $120 to drop and it sounds like fun, it functioned as promised, and the V2 is supposed to be better. And they're not selling, they're out of V1s. They're not selling them anymore. So that won't be the version that you get if you do buy one. It'll be the better one. So let's all look forward to that and seeing what else Little Dreamzzz, Little Labs, Cozy Little Dreams, all of the affiliate things happening there as they throw their hat in the ring of being an ABDL company making ABDL products for ABDLs. So, till next time, stay padded.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. But before you go, please remember to hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you'll be notified when my videos are released. If you can, please share with all of your little friends so that we can continue to bring the community together and engage in healthy, helpful discourse. See you next time.